Justin Parsons, writer of Dark Times. My involvement in this project began over a year ago when director Brendan Sheppard approached me about script editing his original story for the radio drama One Fine Time Lord. This was Brendan's first effort to create a radio drama based on the universe of Doctor Who. And it was a fascinating script that delved back into the history of ancient Gallifrey and the formation of the Time Lord culture. Brendan created several exciting new characters who became integral to the foundations of Time Lord society as we came to know it so well in the classic Doctor Who television series. Script editing the project was a sheer joy, and Brendan linked it to the charity Children in Need, giving listeners the opportunity to contribute financially upon hearing the radio drama. Brendan decided the second drama would be entitled Dark Times, and he would write the script, and again, I would script edit. He sent me over his original outline for the project, and it was a massive war saga. We would find Lord Archeron pitted against Rassilon, who, as a young general, was beginning to claw his way to the heights of power in ancient Gallifrey. But they would both find themselves matched against a race of mysterious vampires who would be attacking Gallifrey and attempting to drain it dry. The outline had everything. Massive space battles, enormous political intrigue, backstabbing, aliens on the loose. It was just tremendous. And I kept wondering, how is Brendan going to write this? Well, as fate would have it, a few weeks later, Brendan contacted me on Skype and said that he was just overwhelmed with his writing and directing duties on the most recent series of Doctor Who Online Adventures, which he also produces. And he asked, was there any way I could possibly take over writing Dark Times? I accepted, because it was quite the challenge. The first thing I did was go back to his outline and decide that it had to be pared down. For me, there was just too much going on to effectively cram into a single radio drama. So I cut the story down a bit, focusing on Rassilon's rise to power, from his first efforts to use legitimate means to gain his status and authority, to his deceptive techniques and trickery that he finally employed to gain the title of Lord President. I kept, of course, the attacks by the vampires, but wanted to add a more personal angle to that story. I felt that the vampires were largely confined to outer space with space battles against Time Lord bow ships, and I thought in order to better integrate the main characters into the conflict, it would be exciting to explore the vampires from another angle. And I went back to ancient vampire legend and the belief that if someone is drained of their blood by a vampire to the point of death, these victims would rise up from the grave and take up the vampire lifestyle themselves. So I thought it would be really creepy if we had Time Lord victims rise up from death and become vampires themselves, attacking the survivors on Gallifrey. So it became Doctor Who by way of Hammer horror, but it was very fun to write, and gave us an opportunity for our main characters on Gallifrey to have some more personal peril and interaction. Of course, we gave Archeron a spouse who had an important title and role in Gallifrey culture. And we also, by Brendan's request, gave Rassilon a spouse, a wife who was almost as manipulative and deceptive as he was. We also had the character of Zeitlus, who was at the time the head of the Pridonian Council, and his daughter Syrian, so that we had some more interactions between Rassilon and Archeron and Zeitlus, and we could see the corruption growing in Rassilon's mad quest to take complete and utter control of Time Lord society. We also added the cult of vampire hunters who would be locked in an age-old battle with the vampire race and who would become the allies of Archeron and survivors on Gallifrey. Brendan assembled quite an amazing cast of up-and-coming actors who recorded the drama. And of course, Kim and David have produced and made sure we're linked once again to Children in Need. So we have very high expectations that will not only match but exceed the number of donations that we receive for One Fine Time Lord. And if all goes well, there's a strong possibility that we'll see a third installment. So let's enjoy Dark Times and hope that this takes us even further into the history of ancient Gallifrey.